listener to Echoes of the Azure Archipelago, a tranquil journey designed to guide you into a peaceful night's sleep. Before we begin, I invite you to settle into a comfortable position, allowing your body to relax. Tonight, we will start with a gentle breathing guidance to help you let go of the day and prepare your mind for the calming story ahead. However, if you're not interested in the breathing guidance and would like to go straight to the story, you can find the timestamps for each chapter in the description below. We'll begin with a slow, deep breath. Gently inhale through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs completely, like the calm waves of the sea. Hold that breath for just a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, like a soft sigh of relief. With each breath, feel any tension melting away, like the soft azure light dissolving into the night. You are safe. Your body is supported, and there is nothing you need to do but breathe and allow yourself to relax. As we move into the story, imagine this breath accompanying you throughout your peaceful voyage. Now, let's take another deep breath. This time, as you inhale, picture the soft glow of the moonflowers from the Isle of the Moonflower bloom, their gentle light filling your heart. And as you exhale, imagine the calming echoes of the coral caves, washing away any stress, leaving you feeling light and at ease. If thoughts begin to drift in, that's perfectly alright. Simply acknowledge them, let them float away like gentle waves, and return your focus to the gentle rhythm of your breathing or the sound of my voice. Remember, this journey is for you, a space to unwind and find tranquility. In this tale, we will follow Elara, a cartographer seeking peace, as she embarks on a voyage to the Azure Archipelago, a place where floating isles hold the secrets to sleep. We will explore islands bathed in soft light, hear the echoes of ancient songs, and gaze upon constellations that emit soothing energy. So, with a final gentle breath, allow yourself to sink deeper into the calm and let the story begin. Chapter 1. The Map of Shifting Tides. Elara, a cartographer by trade and a seeker of solace by nature, found herself, as so many evenings did, at the edge of exhaustion. Her day, as most of them were, had been filled with the sharp edges of measurements, the meticulous strokes of her pen, and the endless pursuit of precision, all a symphony of activity that seemed to sharpen the mind, but also frayed her inner peace. The city outside her small study pressed in, its noises a constant hum that made quiet difficult to find. She often found herself gazing out of the small window, longing for the vast expanse of the sea and the calming quiet that came with its soft lull. It was an old habit, one that often soothed her, this need for stillness in the midst of the city's chaos. One evening, as she meticulously placed her worn compass back in its case, her fingers brushed against the corner of an old, leather-bound atlas that had sat unnoticed, tucked away on a low shelf. Curiosity, a gentle nudge rather than a forceful pull, led her to slide the atlas from the shelf and place it on her worn wooden desk. The leather felt soft beneath her fingertips, worn smooth from age and from stories untold. As she opened it, the pages, brittle and yellowed with time, whispered their history in the soft cracking of the spine. Maps of places, known and unknown, unfolded before her, each a carefully crafted depiction of distant lands, but it was one particular map, slipped between two more ordinary renderings that caught her attention. This map was different, drawn with a delicate hand, unlike the precision of the others, portraying not solid land but a series of islands floating serenely upon a tranquil sea. They were bathed in a soft, azure light, unlike any she had ever seen. It was clear this was a place she had never heard of before. The map, though simple, felt alive, almost as if it was breathing before her very eyes, beckoning her closer. Accompanying the mysterious map were notes, penned in elegant cursive, their ink faded but still legible. The script, as lyrical as it was precise, spoke of the Azure Archipelago, a place where the sea sang lullabies, and the islands themselves seemed to cradle tired souls, offering a balm to all who sought peace. Here, the notes proclaimed, the restless spirit finds rest, the weary mind finds quiet, and the heavy heart finds ease. Each of the islands had a special light and calming quality. It was as if the author, whoever they were, had found a special place where even the stars and the moon seemed to be calmer, moving in a slower rhythm. Elara found herself running her fingers over the words, feeling a calm wash over her even as she read. She felt it in her chest, a gentle rising and falling like the ocean tide. A seed of yearning took root in Elara's heart. She had sought peace in the quiet corners of her study, in the precision of her work, but the promise of the archipelago, a place that seemed designed for rest, was an irresistible lure. It wasn't a desire for adventure or riches, but for something far more profound, a release from the tension that seemed to settle in her bones, the thought of the soft blue light, the gentle rhythm of the waves, and the promise of true quiet. These beckoned her like a gentle hand reaching out in the dark. She carefully rolled the map up and placed it aside with the notes, knowing this was a journey she had to take, not for discovery, but for personal restoration, for a place where she could truly breathe. The pull towards this unknown space was almost physical, a gentle tugging on her heartstrings. The next morning, with the sun just beginning to wake, Elara left her small apartment and made her way to the docks. The city was still mostly quiet, with just a few early risers beginning their day, the pace much slower than the hustle and bustle of the day. She had made preparations the night before, packing light, but ensuring she had everything necessary for the long voyage across the sea. She found a small, sturdy boat, its wooden hull freshly painted, and agreed with the owner, an old sailor with kind eyes and a gentle smile. She settled in, feeling the gentle rocking of the vessel, a new rhythm that already started to soothe her. As the boat left the dock, she glanced back towards the city, its tall buildings receding into the distance as the open sea welcomed her with its soft blue embrace. As they sailed further from the city, she felt the tension of the last few months begin to recede from her shoulders and her chest. The city noise started to fade away into the distance, replaced by the gentle lapping of water against the hull of the ship, a rhythmic sound that was both soothing and hypnotic. Elara settled in comfortably, taking a long, slow breath of salty, fresh air, feeling the soft morning sun on her skin. The sailor, his face a roadmap of a lifetime at sea, remained quiet, a gentle presence that allowed her thoughts to wander. She closed her eyes, letting the gentle rocking of the boat lull her, and she allowed the image of the map to fill her mind, anticipating the calm that the Azure Archipelago promised, and hoping that this journey would finally bring her to a place of true peace. Chapter 2. The Isle of the Moonflower Bloom. The journey to the Azure Archipelago was uneventful, in the most calming sense of the word. Days blended into nights, marked only by the slow shift of the sun and moon, the gentle sway of the small vessel, and the rhythmic murmur of the sea. Elara spent her time observing the horizon, the colour of the sky changing with each passing hour, from soft pinks and oranges in the morning to deep blues and purples in the evening. She allowed the steady rhythm of the waves to quiet her mind, feeling a lightness she hadn't experienced in months. She took in the way the water moved with the breeze and the dance the sun made upon the water, and she found herself sinking deeper and deeper into a sense of calm. The sailor, whose name was Silas, was a quiet presence, his eyes often watching the horizon but never interfering with Elara's peace. He would offer simple, calming words from time to time about the beauty of the sea and the power of silence, but mostly he allowed her to experience her own personal journey. As the morning sun began to rise, painting the sky in soft pastels, a faint shape appeared on the horizon. It grew larger and clearer as they approached, revealing itself to be the first of the floating islands, the one that was marked on her map as the Isle of the Moonflower Bloom. The island was bathed in an ethereal blue light, emanating from the countless moonflowers that covered its surface, their large, delicate petals moving with the gentle breeze. The island was alive with the soft glow, a beacon that drew Elara closer as the boat approached the shore. As the vessel touched down, she disembarked, her feet sinking slightly into the soft, mossy ground. The scent of the moonflowers, sweet and calming, filled the air, a sensory experience that was a welcome change from the city's dusty smells. She could feel the soft light on her skin, as if the island itself was giving her a warm welcome. The moonflowers were unlike any she had ever seen before. They were large, with petals as white as the purest snow, and emanating a soft blue glow. They moved gently with the breeze, each one swaying softly, as if they were dancing to a silent tune. It was a hypnotic sight, calming and peaceful, pulling her in with each gentle movement. Scattered throughout the fields of flowers were small stone pathways, winding around in no particular order, beckoning her to follow, to further explore the island. As she walked slowly along, she heard a faint melody, a soft humming sound that seemed to be coming from all around her, and she quickly realized the flowers themselves were singing. It wasn't a loud, boisterous song, but a soft lullaby that seemed to seep into her very being, calming her with every note. Following the soft melody, Elara came upon a small cottage, its walls covered with blooming vines, and its windows glowing with the same soft blue light. At the doorstep stood an old woman, her eyes as kind as her smile. Her hair was long and silver, with a slight blue glow, as if she too had been touched by the light of the moonflowers. "Welcome, traveller," the woman said, her voice as gentle as a summer breeze. "I am Elara, keeper of the moonflowers." She welcomed Elara with a warm embrace, drawing her into the calmness of the cottage, inviting her to sit and take a breath. Elara felt at ease with Elara, a familiarity as if she'd always known her, as if she was meant to come here. presence filled her with tranquility. Over a cup of warm herbal tea, Elara explained the magic of the moonflowers, their ability to soothe restless minds and nurture peaceful sleep, the gift they gave to all who came seeking rest. She spoke of their gentle songs, their rhythmic movements, and the calming light that they emanated. She had watched them grow for many years, her days filled with their soft presence and their calming hum. Elara spoke of the island as being an oasis of tranquility, and that she was there to help anyone who needed respite from the stresses of the outside world. She invited Elara to stay as long as she needed, and to help her tend to the flowers, learning their gentle ways and how to receive the peace that they were so eager to give. Elara accepted the offer with a grateful heart, feeling the warmth of Elara's kind spirit and feeling an overwhelming sense of calm as she looked at the field of flowers swaying in the soft breeze. The evening passed in tranquility as Elara helped Elara gently water the moonflowers, her fingers touching the soft petals as they drank. She watched the colours deepen as the sun set, the blue of the flowers glowing brighter against the darkening sky. As they worked, Elara taught Elara about the various patterns of the flowers, how they would open and close, and how they hummed at different times throughout the evening. She instructed her to breathe with them, matching her own breath to the rhythm of the flowers. With each breath, she allowed herself to feel lighter, more at ease. As the night drew near, Elara led Elara to a small room where the scent of moonflowers was even stronger. Lying in bed, she allowed the gentle melody of the moonflowers to fill the room, lulling her into a peaceful sleep, her body sinking into a deep and welcomed calm. Chapter 3. The Caverns of Coral Echoes. Elara awoke on the Isle of the Moonflower, Bloom feeling refreshed, the deep sleep having washed away the weariness she had carried for so long. The soft light of dawn filtered through the window, painting the room in gentle hues of pink and blue, mirroring the colours of the moonflowers outside. She found Elara already tending to the flowers, her movements slow and deliberate, as if each gesture were part of a peaceful ritual. Together they shared a quiet breakfast of herbal tea and fresh fruit, the only sounds the soft humming of the moonflowers and the gentle lapping of the sea against the shore. Elara felt her body moving with the gentle pace of the island, her mind clear and at peace. As the sun rose higher, Elara revealed that the next island was a place of deeper calm, urging her to continue her journey. She provided Elara with a small, intricately carved oar and a small boat, its wood soft and smooth into the touch, its colour the same blue as the moonflowers. With a warm embrace, Elara sent her off, a gentle wave accompanying her as she pushed off the shore. The journey to the next island was a short one, the small boat gliding effortlessly through the calm, glassy water. The island loomed in the distance, its shores marked by rocky cliffs that descended into the sea, hiding caverns below. As Elara approached, she could hear a faint echoing sound, a gentle resonance that seemed to emanate from the very heart of the island. The sound grew stronger as she rowed closer, beckoning her in, pulling her towards its calming depths. She docked her boat at a small inlet and stepped onto the smooth rocks, feeling the cool touch of the stone beneath her bare feet. She paused, breathing deeply, in the scent of salt and minerals, allowing the gentle sound of the echoes to wash over her, settling her even more into the stillness of the moment. Her heart beat steady with the soft rhythm of the water. Guided by the echoes, Elara found a hidden entrance to a series of underwater caverns. The water within the caves was crystal clear, revealing intricate coral formations that glowed with a soft inner light. As she swam deeper into the caverns, she found herself surrounded by the gentle sounds of water, the echoing melodies bouncing off the cavern walls. These weren't just any echoes, but soothing tones that resonated with her body, dissolving any remaining tension. She felt her muscles relaxing, her mind quieting as she moved deeper within. She watched as the soft coral shifted and flowed with the water, each movement slow and graceful. She felt connected to the sea in that moment, as if she were one with it and its calm embrace. As she explored further, she encountered the guardian of the caverns, a young man named Kai, who was swimming amongst the coral with the same grace and ease. Kai, with his kind eyes and calm demeanour, welcomed her, explaining that the echoes within the caverns were a gift of the sea, a way of harmonising the body and the mind. He taught her how to listen to the different tones, how each note could relax different parts of her being. He led her through the various chambers, each one emitting its own unique melody, showing her how to allow the echoes to guide her to a place of deep relaxation. They swam through the calm water in quiet unison, their movement soft and measured, feeling the gentle push and pull of the currents around their bodies. Together they floated in the water, allowing the gentle resonance to wash over them, her mind free of her worries. Kai showed Elara how to position herself so that the sounds could move through her entire body, her head resting gently on the water as she allowed the gentle ripples to move her. She felt the echoes vibrating through her bones, easing away any tension, leaving her feeling light and peaceful. She lay still as the water gently swayed her, her mind clear and free. She listened as the gentle echoes moved around them, pulling her deeper and deeper into the quiet. The air in the caverns was still, save for the movement of the water, the soft glow of the coral, and its soothing vibrations lulling her into a welcomed calm. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of lavender and rose, Elara felt a deep sense of gratitude for the calming embrace of the caverns, allowing her body to drift deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Kai, smiling gently, bid her farewell and directed her to a small hidden passage that would take her back to her boat. As she left, she carried with her the echoes of the sea, a gentle melody that she knew would soothe her in the days to come. She felt the peace of the sea move within her, and knew that her heart had moved closer to its calm. She slowly made her way back to her boat, allowing the rhythm of the echoes to guide her. Chapter 4. The Observatory of Whispering Stars. Elara left the caverns with a sense of deep calm, the echoes of the sea resonating gently within her. The small boat felt lighter now, gliding effortlessly across the water as she made her way to the next island, guided by a faint light that flickered in the distance. This island, unlike the others, rose steeply from the sea, its peak crowned with a structure that resembled an ancient observatory, its lenses catching the soft light of the setting sun. As she drew closer, she could feel a different kind of energy emanating from the island, a celestial hum that seemed to draw her upwards. She felt lighter as she stepped from the boat onto the soft sand. The anticipation of what was to come filled her heart with calm excitement. Her body still carried the echoes, making each step light and purposeful. The path to the observatory was winding and gentle, ascending slowly through a grove of trees with leaves that shimmered like starlight. The air was cooler here, carrying a faint scent of stardust and ancient stone. As she moved through the trees, she could feel the energy pulling her up towards the observatory, her pace unhurried and calm. The leaves moved with a soft breeze, each one creating a soft rustling sound, like the gentle whispers of the stars. As she moved upwards, she found that the steps were made of smooth, cool stone, and she felt as though she was being gently pulled up towards the peak. The sounds of the sea were further and further away with each step, replaced by the soft humming that came from the sky. At the entrance to the observatory, Elara was greeted by an elder named Cyrus, his eyes filled with the wisdom of countless starlit nights. He moved with a quiet grace, his presence as calm as the night sky itself. He wore a long, flowing robe the colour of twilight, and his hair was white as the stars that filled the sky above. He welcomed her with a gentle smile, his voice soft like the distant hum of the universe. "Welcome, seeker of peace," he said, his voice pulling her deeper into the tranquility of the space. "I am Cyrus, the caretaker of the stars, and I have been waiting for your arrival." He led her inside, revealing a circular chamber with large lenses that focused on the constellations, each one glowing with a soft, dreamlike light. Cyrus explained that the observatory was a place where the light of the stars could be harnessed to bring about deep rest and tranquility. He showed her how each constellation emitted a unique energy, each one designed to help the mind drift off into sleep. He explained that these patterns were calming to the human heart, and how he had spent many years studying them. He then showed her how to adjust the lenses, allowing each constellation to fill her heart with its own unique peace. Together, they spent hours watching the stars, allowing their soft light to wash over them, easing any remaining stress, allowing their bodies to relax deeper and deeper with each passing moment. Elara lay comfortably next to Cyrus as the light danced gently above. As the night deepened, the observatory became a beacon of tranquility, its light reaching out to the furthest corners of the archipelago. Elara watched as the stars began to move across the sky, each one glowing with its own unique rhythm. Cyrus guided her in breathing with the stars, allowing their gentle energy to synchronize with her own heartbeat. He pointed out the patterns, each one moving in a soft, unhurried manner. As the stars began to move slowly, Cyrus asked her to close her eyes and feel the soft light on her skin, feeling the weight of her body sink into the floor, inviting her to relax into the peaceful moment. He invited her to feel the calming light wash over her. As the first light of dawn began to peek over the horizon, Elara felt a deep sense of calm, her mind clear and her body relaxed. She had learned the secrets of the stars, their ability to guide her to a place of profound peace. She smiled and nodded to the small hidden passage that would lead her to her boat. She left the observatory with a grateful heart, carrying the celestial calm, the gentle starlight, a welcome comfort, as she made her way to her boat and began her trip home, knowing she had a peace that she had once yearned for so deeply. Chapter 5. The Voyage Home with Calm. The journey back from the Azure Archipelago was different from the journey there. Elara's small boat seemed to glide across the water as though carried by a gentle current, each wave a soft whisper against its hull. She no longer felt the urgency to arrive, or the weight of the city she had left behind. The lessons of the isles, the soft light of the moonflowers, the gentle echoes of the chorale, and the calming patterns of the stars. These were all with her now, woven into her very being. She moved with the rhythm of the sea, her body light, her mind clear. She found herself watching the patterns of the waves, their rhythmic rise and fall, a comforting melody to her heart and mind, a gentle reminder of all she had learned. The sun moved across the sky in its familiar arc, but it was as if she was seeing it for the first time, its warmth gentle upon her skin, as though she were already home. As the days passed, Elara reflected on her time in the archipelago. She recalled the sweet scent of the moonflowers, the way they swayed in the gentle breeze. She remembered the cool, clear water of the coral caves, and the way the echoes had vibrated through her body, releasing all the tension. She thought of the soft starlight of the observatory, and the quiet wisdom of Cirrus as he showed her the patterns of the stars and their ability to soothe the mind. She had not just learned about calming techniques, she had embodied them. They had become a part of her. She felt her breath growing slower, her heart beating with the rhythm of the waves. This journey had changed her, and as she drew closer to the city, she knew she was coming home a different person. The city, when it finally appeared on the horizon, no longer seemed as overwhelming as before. The sounds, which had once been a source of stress, now felt like a distant hum, like the gentle hum of the moonflowers, or the soft echoes of the sea. The tall buildings no longer loomed over her. They seemed like a part of a bigger picture, a landscape that she could now observe with a sense of calm. As she docked her boat, Elara felt no urgency to rush back into her old routines. Instead, she walked slowly through the city streets, noticing the little things that she had never had time to see before. She felt the gentle breeze on her skin and listened to the chatter of the people passing by. She found a small space to sit and watch the people go by, each of them as rushed as she once had been, and she smiled, knowing that she now had a way to bring her peace to their world. Elara returned to her study, the place where she had found the ancient atlas, and found it was the same, yet different. It felt smaller now. Her old life before the journey seemed like a distant dream, one that she knew she could now look at with a sense of peace. She took out the maps she had created on her journey, carefully placing the notes from the old atlas next to them, so that she could use them to help others. She spent her days integrating the calming practices she had learned into her daily life. She now moved with the same gentle pace that she had found on the islands, bringing peace to each of her actions. She could feel the soft glow of the moonflowers, hear the gentle echoes of the sea, and see the calming patterns of the stars, all with the simple closing of her eyes. And so Elara, once a restless cartographer, became a beacon of tranquility, sharing the calming techniques she had learned on her voyage with others. She held small gatherings in her home, teaching the gentle rhythms of the archipelago, guiding her students with her soft voice, bringing them closer and closer to a calm state of mind. She encouraged them to breathe with the waves, to feel the soft light of the stars, and to let go of all of their worries. She invited them to close their eyes and feel the peace that she had discovered, as she reminded them that the gentle embrace of the Azure Archipelago was available to all who seek it, a place that lives in the heart of anyone who has truly felt its peace, a reminder that a deep and peaceful rest is always available, whenever and wherever it is most needed. She smiled as the soft breeze came through her window, the gentle sound of the city fading into the distance, replaced by the peaceful rhythm of her heart.